It's like it's just become a trend. Like it's clout chasing now to talk badly about a black woman or to point the finger at why we're so ill-equipped for relationships. We're ill-equipped for so many things. And then even if we appear to have it going on, even that's wrong. We're too bossy. We don't still give a man an opportunity to lead. And it's like it's always one thing after the other. Greetings and welcome back to my channel, Spine and Shine. I am Sandra Roberts, the Sand Goddess. If this is your first time, here at Spine and Shine, we're encouraging black women to live, speak, stand in their organic truth without apologies. And it's for the purpose of self-awareness, just becoming more self-aware. But admitting what our truth is first, because you have to know and admit what that is for you before you can heal or do any of the things that sound good for us to do. So we know we have to first identify. And the first step to identification is owning what's yours. I jumped on here today to pretty much do a preview. The video that I promised you was the video that I referenced in my the video before last. I just started a new series. So the video before the new series called People You Will Meet and Believe, that just finished the first episode. So check out the first one because it's really cool. Make those short and sweet. But this is a pre-video, if you will, before touching base or before getting into the other video that I said I would respond to or sort of add to. Abuse comes in many forms. We're very familiar with, obviously, domestic abuse in terms of violence, physical contact. I'm really beginning to see a trend, and I know you have too. Just like if you were in a personal relationship with someone who constantly said things to put you down or made comparisons to you and someone else, who talked about your hair, talked about your weight, found any means, took any opportunity to point out your flaws and to make you feel bad about you. That's verbal abuse. That's mental abuse. We're going to have to start watching our intake, our social intake, and being more selective in who we listen to. I don't care, be it male or female. As women, especially men though, because, we listen to each other, but we really, really get our feelings involved and triggered when men say certain things. And this isn't to blame, this isn't to do some Me Too moment or to cry victim. It's simply to be more responsible and take responsibility for who we should listen to, who we should respond to, and to really research what these people's agendas are. I think we're going to have to start doing a little bit more background check and deciding if people are right for us to listen to and to take seriously. There's a difference between entertainment. There's a difference between who you start calling auntie and relationship goals and all the things that we set or place on this pedestal. Possibly you're home alone in a space that no one is aware of, and you're really internalizing that. There's no one there to talk you through what might be going on. Again, I said one of the things of starting this channel was trying to be responsible for how I say things, because you'll have people who, and of course I'm nowhere near a large channel by any means, but I still don't know who's listening. I still don't know which people may decide, well, she seems like she has it all together and I'm going to take everything she says to heart. Just have to really evaluate. As adults, we're going to have to hold responsibility and accountability. They're there for whatever their reasons are, and they're entitled to that. When you create a channel or a platform, you are assuming that your audience is mature enough to be on that platform. That's not always the case, so it's up to us especially as Black women. It's like it's just become a trend. Like it's clout chasing now to talk badly about a Black woman or to point the finger at why we're so ill-equipped for relationships, we're ill-equipped for so many things. And then even if we appear to have it going on, even that's wrong. We're too bossy. We don't still give a man an opportunity to lead. And it's like it's always one thing after the other. That's verbal abuse. That's verbal abuse. And depending on how much respect you have for that particular platform, person that speaks on that platform will determine, how much you take that seriously, how much of that resonates with you. I'm older, but that doesn't mean that I'm immune to things that people say when they say them. And depending on what space you're in, depending on whether you're in a vulnerable space, if you have heard what was said to you before in a relationship, and it's like, we tend to, it must be a sign. Things that resonate with us, we think it's for us, but everything isn't for us. Saw, a couple, and this brother is just speaking all sorts of ill will and negativity and body shaming. Discernment on these platforms are crucial, and recognizing abuse for what it is. Choose carefully who you take seriously on these platforms. Some things are really for entertainment purposes only. Be selective in what you place in your spirit, rather it be a video, a quote, a meme, but specifically when you have brothers, just because we tend to lean in when there's a man talking and comparing women and telling us how we should be very selective, because that too can be a form of abuse. That isn't to accuse the brothers of abuse and make them responsible. It's just calling it for what it is. It actually is a form of verbal abuse. Someone constantly spewing things in your cipher, in your ear, just like we say words are powerful. They are. Sitting around listening to anybody that's constantly putting down Black women is, I'm telling you, just let it go. We laugh and talk about the people that get famous off this shit because it literally has become a trend. But we're going to have to be responsible for keeping our cipher and protecting our space, seeing ourselves as sacred beings when we're on this platform, really putting a protective shield and being responsible and using discernment when we are listening to people. I'm just like, what's going on? Am I being punked? Is this a thing now? Is there actually a trend? Is there some search word? Is there something in the algorithm that says, pick on Black women? You'll rise to the top. Like, that's become a thing. So it is up to us to be responsible for what it is that we're taking in. Okay? Again, this is Spine and Shine. Spine and Shine. I'm Sandra Roberts, the Sand Goddess. I'm going to finish watching that video as promised. Like I said, this is a lead-in into that video because that video talks about domestic abuse and some other things. I just have to finish watching it. All right. Peace out, y'all. Peace.